live, and if I could have everybody scoot on into the watch party there real quick for the ambiance, we shall get snorted. Let me make sure that the viewer who has requested that I send them a link gets a link. There we go. Alright. Alright. Once everybody's in there, we shall begin. Just a little recap of the last session. It really wasn't too much of a session. It was mostly going to the traders, stocking up. You guys won't have to worry about eating this session because the beginning of this session takes place in none other than 100 Rad's bar. We're going to be starting from there. And there was a zombie attack, zombie and Islam attack on the outer checkpoints of Rostock between Rostock and Wild Territory. Um, so that was caused by the monolith moving around and displacing them, and so they just kept walking and walking and walking and walking because that's what zombies do in Stalker. They just kind of ambiently roam around. Um, yeah, we got big kills on that. We watched a ton of zombies get whacked. Um, Everybody's really on edge right now because of a sighting, but I'm not going to get too deeply into that because that's going to be some in-character stuff. There is some major narrative stuff happening this session, so make sure everyone paying attention. And but yeah, as soon as everybody's in the watch party, we're good to go.
You're welcome, sweetheart. It's going to be a little messy. I got you a fork just in case, okay? I probably should have carved some of this bread out in the middle.
Are y'all good to join the watch party there?
Oh,
I don't know who else we're waiting on. I'm in.
Shadow and Glass.
I'm retarded.
That's
That's my fault. Yeah, I got you. Hold on, my bad.
Oh, and we need Shadow in the server. Oh, and speaking of server, server box ready to go. Scouse and I got the um, port forwarding list done. We're gonna start with that list that's in. Oh well, most of you guys can't see it. It's in the admin chat. Um, but we'll get to work on that this weekend, probably Sunday. So we should have a 7 Days to Die server up.
Nice.
I won't be able to hop on the server because I still don't have a computer right now, but I'll
Oh
be on Discord.
yeah,
I can follow off of Mike's computer though, so
I
I'll have him.
totally
Well,
forgot.
I can roll for myself on there, but yeah, I can follow off of Mike's screen though and have him update my stuff.
Perfect, perfect.
Watch. Well, that's different. It just totally takes me to my browser to watch it instead of. Okay, that's cool. I like that. That's different. Thank you, Discord.
All right.
Am I the only one, or is Mike like fucking whispering in my ear?
Is it? Am I very quiet?
You are.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, I can fix that. Watch this. Now I'm not so quiet.
Ba-bam.
Whoa!
I just got to turn my shit up. That's all. Apparently my
Grind
microphone's
that
being a bitch
game,
lately.
boy.
Alrighty.
Why?
Let us begin. Oops. Alright. Session 3, September 1st, 2019. S.T.A.L.K.E.R. As the team in Rostock settled into their temporary respite, an ominous change swept across the zone. The air thickened, carrying an electric charge that prickled the skin and set every stalker on edge. A low, bone-shaking rumble emanated from the earth itself, accompanied by distant, resonant thunder that seemed to roll from the zone's core. It was an emission, one of the zone's most feared phenomena, a violent surge of energy unleashed by its mysterious otherworldly heart. The sky darkened and turned to hues of red and orange. Heads swam with billions of words and otherworldly emotion. The emission struck with a deafening roar. Outside, the sky boiled with purple and crimson hues, lightning arcing wildly across the heavens. The air screamed with unnatural, otherworldly sounds as waves of energy radiated out of the zone's center, ripping through the landscape. A vision, a single hallucination, haunts the entire team. A little girl repeatedly chanting, "Privyatskih domov, Krishin nежный грубый зов, слышит, к тебе подойдем, сами дети твоего сознания." The usual hum of anomalies and distant growls of mutants were still present, but there was an unnatural stillness beneath it all, like the entire zone was holding its breath after the recent emission. Oh, and we appear to have lost connection. Rip, do you mind giving me host back? I don't know what happened there.
What in the world? To the watch party?
Yeah, I lost connection to that
Oh,
for a
gotcha.
second.
One sec. Host to GM. There you go.
Okay. Alright. After the recent emission, the energy in the air was charged, a static tension, making the hairs on the back of Riot's neck stand on end. Now, in the morning sun's dim light, the group sat together in the remains of the bar's back room. Riot, Oleg, Alexander, Sawbone, Flacker, and Harry were quiet. The others in Rostock Rostock gave them a wide berth. The kind of space usually given to people who had stared death down and won. The zone had changed. The emissions were growing more frequent, anomalies were shifting, moving in patterns that no one could predict. And now, the monolith, those brainwashed zealots, were operating in places where they had no business being. Whatever balance had existed in the zone was fracturing. Sawbone sat sharpening a surgical scalpel, her fingers steady despite the tremor beneath her skin. Oleg leaned against the wall smoking a cigarette, cleaning the bolt of his rifle. His expression was hard, but his hands worked with quiet precision. Clacker was dismantling a detonator, stripping out the wiring to reuse it for something bigger and more dangerous. She had a predatory gleam in her eye. Harry sat cross-legged, typing into his PDA. He says, "I still can't figure out what they were jamming." He said more to himself than anyone else. Alexander Garin stood at the window, watching the horizon, his posture calm, but with his eyes searching. "Orders?" Riot finally asked, looking towards Alexander's gaze. Alexander's gaze didn't shift from the horizon. "We figure out what the monolith was doing here," he said, "and why." Beyond the walls of the bar, Rostock was unusually quiet. The stalkers moved in the streets, but the usual noise of trading, arguments, and music was absent. The monolith attack had sent a message, one that other stalkers had received loud and clear. And that brings us to today's session. You are inside of 100 Rats Bar, and as always, I'll give you guys a little image here real quick. But what are you guys thinking? This anomaly happened. You guys had a shared hallucination. There's some crazy shit going on. How do you feel?
Feeling like I
Great.
need to get some good anti-rad gear.
I am. I'm kind of. I guess now that I'm no longer staring out the window, I'm just kind of. Because I know that bar. It's like underground, pretty much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm just. There's a far part of the bar that you never end up going to in any of the games. I'm kind of back in that part, like past the actual bar itself. In like at the kind of just sitting by myself thinking.
What about you, Klipkona?
Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, cool. Sorry, my audio is being fucked.
It likes to do that.
Yeah. Is that what am I doing? Shirley?
Yeah, how are you feeling as you're kind of going through a little bit of research, trying to figure out how they jam or what they're jamming or...
Honestly, I'm just kind of going through, like you said, I'm on my PDA, but I also have a couple notes off to the side on a notepad that I had talked with. The medic's name was Bonesaw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I talked to Bonesaw, yeah, regarding kind kind of my research into the signals that are going out, and just funky idea. But I was asking essentially like how likely it is that with everything that's going on, there's like some way radio waves can interact with like the human brain or something like that. Also have like a small map of the local area, just kind of trying to ping and pinpoint where I think these errant signals are coming from, based off of like chatter with science or loners that would answer my questions.
Fair enough. And speaking of Bonesaw, or Sawbone, I mean,
Sawbone.
how'd that surgery go? Your character was involved in a very, very intensive surgery last session, and how'd that end up?
Oh, the best way I can describe that surgery was just delicious. It was beautiful. Every stitch went into it perfectly, exited perfectly. It was just beautiful. So quite enjoyable. I really look forward to the next one.
I don't think anything's ever made my skin crawl so much.
Yeah, I'm actually going to overhear her saying that from all the way on the other side. I'm going to turn to like, holy shit, what the fuck?
I've actually got goosebumps.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm here, so.
Well, at least she'd take pride in work.
I always take pride in everything I do.
Sounds like it.
And right as you guys are having this conversation, just a shitload of duty personnel walk down into the bar, and almost as you're saving grace, you guys get boo-doo-doo-doo. Your PDAs all go off in unison, and it only takes one person to look at it, and whoever that first person is, we'll say it's Clipgonna, because he's already on his PDA. It's a little flash from me, just next door in the basement of the concrete facility, and it says, briefing in 5. Be ready. And that's all. And so you guys head on over, and when you get there, you guys notice that you guys seem to have, Garin and Shadow, you guys notice that there's somebody who's been following you guys. Somebody who you guys haven't seen before, but it is a new stalker to the group. She's got soft, feminine features. She's about 5'11", very sturdy woman. Got pink hair under her helmet, and that's Clacker. She's got her name tape strapped on, or velcroed onto her vest, and she's always diddling with wires or serious putty or something to do with explosives. Not very talkative though. But yeah, you guys get into the briefing room. There's some chairs strewn about. Some of you guys sit on the floor. Some of you guys sit on the concrete pipes, or just finding a place to kind of sit down and rest.
I'm going to Slav squat.
And I'm gonna reuse the image from last session. I know that's kind of lazy, but
Man, video game developers reuse assets all the time. Don't call yourself out for that shit if the people making the big bucks are doing it too.
Bro, I was about to say, like, there's only so many assets on the store. Damn. I've seen horror games use the same exact house over and over.
Boom.
But yeah,
I will also be sitting on the floor.
There's that little image there of the briefing room, and you also notice that it's not just me, your guys' platoon commander, but our fucking our section leader is here. Mask off, and he's got NOD equipment. He's geared up and ready to go. And as soon as everybody's kind of in, um, there's two guards that close, lock, and latch the door behind you. And I just kind of get into it. So, good to see you guys all in one piece. I heard about everything that happened with the zombie and Islam attack, but I'm going to cut straight to it. Obviously, I know Yuri has some work Yevgeny has some work for us out in the Dead City, retrieving ammunition for him. But that's kind of a fool's errand right now. But if it is what you guys end up doing today, it'll give us a little bit more time for some research. But Kona, and I'm gonna point at you when I say that, and the battalion guy is also gonna look at you, and like with extreme interest, and I'm gonna just kind of raise a hand. You've got some big shit that you've been working on the last couple of days. Um, Let us just fill us in, fill me in, because I really need to. We need to figure this shit out.
I was able to get a hold of science after the emission. A few researchers on a base not too far out.
In Yantar?
Around there, yes.
Okay.
I requested help essentially pinging data off of their towers and seeing if they had any kind of record of any kind of strong radio emissions before the actual emission. And there were a couple that were slightly off. Triangulating that with a loner was thankfully able to help a little bit. It seems that potentially these monolith folk are somehow extending their ranges or becoming hotspots themselves, either through implants or other unexplained phenomena.
That is interesting that you say that. Last week when I meet up with some of my contacts while you guys were off doing your thing, I hear some rumors of something quite similar. There is, as you know, Monolith is moving south towards into Yantar, and rumor has it that this implant thing you talk about is not so far from truth. This is not the first time I've heard. So it's curious. I would like to, as a group, move to Yantar at some point in the near future. I have a feeling that perhaps we may find more answers there than here.
Before we even think about moving to Yantar, we need to get much better equipment. You have no idea how badly irradiated that entire place is.
Yeah. I have contact in Dead City. He's telling me very interesting things. He's stuck there at the moment. Well, I assume he's stuck there. I have not heard from him in quite a while. He might be dead at this point, but yes, I hear the same. Yantar is not good place, but maybe we get some equipment. This is our mission. We need to find out what is going on. Why Monolith is moving so aggressively. This is quite abnormal for them. They are aggressive, but only in their territory.
That psi emitter is getting stronger somehow. We need to find whatever signal booster or however they're doing it immediately. Well, as soon as we can. That man that you were speaking of just now, he wouldn't happen to have been transporting any sort of equipment, was he?
Ah, he did not tell me that, but I would not doubt. You know, people tend to play things very close to sleeve.
Oftentimes. Reason I ask is because I was talking to one of the men here on the base recently, Eugene. There's a quest about getting back potentially stolen weapons cache from Dead City. That might be your man.
Interesting.
But
I do know that Contact like to deal in weaponry, so it's possible he's same guy.
speaking of Monolith, though, there was a sighting.
Okay.
I think
Two monolith have been spotted several times in the last couple of days. I don't understand what the hell this means, but everybody's on edge.
Monolith?
Mm-hmm.
Monolith are a brotherhood of lost souls whose brainwashing has stripped them of their past selves, their minds replaced with an unbreakable bond of brothers. They used to be stalkers protecting the zone. Loners, duty, freedom, bandits, the lot of them. But they were drawn by the call of the Wish Granter, the alien crystal at the heart of the zone. Their faith turned to fanaticism, and before S.T.A.L.K.E.R tried to kill S.T.A.L.K.E.R, they set off through the psi barrier into the brain scorcher. Those who went did not return. They're brainwashed soldiers, mind bound to the zone. Through exposure of the psi forces, their thoughts and memories are erased, and goals reset. Their personalities fade. They lose human emotion. All that remains is the urge for ritualistic bloodshed. They fight without regard for self. Death is not a tragedy for them. It is an offering. You will watch the color of their eyes come back after they are killed.
Well, at least they have eyes. You know, fucking sin. Listen, that is very romanticized version of Monolith. They're fucking cycles, okay? That is what they are. Treat them as thus, and you will be much safer.
I look over to Clacker. You've done your research.
She has
I've
been
been
in
here
the
a
zone a
while.
while.
Also, if we're looking for transmitters, there's a pretty huge one to the southwest. Do you know over the
Yeah,
horizon radar? The Dugas.
Yeah.
Might want to look
Yes.
there.
if we
I
get
was
there, I
thinking
could set
same.
something up.
That is, if they can get the power back up, that is plenty strong enough transmitter to transmit over most of zone. I mean, it was literally used as over the horizon radar. It's it's bad shit.
throughout the
Back when it
70s
was
and
up, there were
80s.
complaints.
Go ahead.
Back when it was up, there were complaints across the pretty much whole world about
Yeah.
what they called woodpecker transmissions. Just a bunch of clicking.
Yeah. It pissed the Americans off pretty bad, I tell you that.
Well, to get there, we have to go through Yantar. So, either way, it looks like either Dead City or Yantar is where you guys are going. We need intelligence on this monolith shit. We need to figure out what the central beacon is, and if there are boosters or maybe neurological implants, whatever the case may be, we need research, we need proof, we need experiments and control, we need... We're losing control of the situation. Let me put it to you this way, and I'm going to turn to the map. I'm going to be very blunt with you. This is scary shit. And I point at the map. The heart of the zone here, pointing at the Chernobyl NPP. Everything south of here, here, and here. And pointing at a few of the locations. Pripyat, and Red Forest, and just a little north of Dead City is contested up to Rostock and Dead City. Everything north of that is now Monolith territory. Something is happening. We need to be ahead of it. There's scientists in Yantar that need our help, but that's something different. And the battalion commander kind of um, he snaps over at the two guards and he motions them over. He says, 3 days ago, 6 mercs escorted a team of scientists back to their outpost in Yantar. They have not been heard from since. They were supposed to return here. If you guys go to Yantar, take these two with... Well, actually, if you guys go to Yantar, you guys will be assault group. Figure out a place where we can set up camp. I'll take these two with me. We'll figure out the rest. And I'm just gonna shrug at you guys. It's up to you guys to decide. Dead City or Yantar. It doesn't matter to me. Let's just start getting shit done. We need to figure out where the fuck Killa is, where the fuck this weapons cache is, and we need to get to the bottom of the monolith. But personally, I think monolith is the more pressing matter. But it's up to you guys ultimately. And
I'm gonna get up off the ground and stand and face the group. As badly as I want to go after Killa, and I will have what is owed to me onto him, we need that intelligence, and we need to focus on that transmitter. Where there is intelligence, there are scientists, and there are scientists in Yantar. It is also the closer distance to travel. We get that done first, and then we move on to Dead City.
I agree with Riot. Also, consider this. What do scientists have? Plenty of shit to do with radiation, with emissions, all of that crap. So if we can get to the scientists, maybe help them out, maybe we can get the equipment we need in order to deal with the zone and deal with the worst parts of Yantar.
Exactly.
But grab the weapons cache and bring it to the scientists as trade.
Whatever we need to do. If I know one thing about Zone, the scientists have all the science shit, so... Well, them in Clear Sky, but what's not much of difference, honestly.
Keep in mind, though, we do need to already have good radiation gear before going into Yantar itself. And when I say this, it's not just to have it, it's so that way you can hopefully get out alive. You don't want to get any dust or particles in your lungs. You need a sealed mask, and that seal cannot break while inside. We need gloves. You need to not have anything touch your skin. There will be zombies, Islam, and poltergeists in the area. Poltergeists we'll have to keep in a special watch for. As far as Islam and zombies, we just got done dealing with them. They're only a big issue in mass. We would need to go first to Razorska Station.
Riot, when is the last time you were in the Enter?
I try and avoid the place. It's been some time. Why?
I'm just curious. I haven't been there in a while either. Last time I was there, snorks are a big problem.
Yeah. Huge problem. But that's closer to the facility, the entire facility itself. Um,
I know.
sorry for the change in
The
ambience there.
research. I know that they constantly have problem near research bunker because there is swamp area near, and constantly fucking snorks keep coming out of the fucking swamps.
Yes, but where you guys are going towards the station that our guide mentioned, Razocha. You won't have to worry about snorks there. If you take the path that I'm thinking, Riot, you will be taking the far exit out of Rostock, following the rail spike to Razocha Station, and essentially from there go through a tunnel and you'll be deposited directly into Yantar. But that is the lower portion. As long as you guys don't go more than 3 kilometers into Yantar, you don't need to worry about the psi emitter. But I do want to reiterate what he said. You keep those fucking masks that you were issued on. Don't break that fucking seal. Even when you're sleeping, don't break that fucking seal. Keep something over your eyes. Even if it's nighttime, you keep your fucking glasses on. Don't let anything touch your skin. Cover your neck. Take iodine pills before you leave. Duh.
Yeah.
That
Duh.
said, for most of you, it is your first time entering Yantar. Do you want me along with?
Duh. We could use the extra help just in case.
Another man is always good to have along in a place as dangerous as this. I have no doubt in my mind that you can hold your own.
Yeah, you have experience. We need experience. No offense to rest of group, most of you are baby stalker, so someone with more zone experience, more eyes for zone is good thing.
I don't mind being called green so long as we get a solution for it. Guide would be nice.
And
So,
without
I
missing a
guess you're
beat.
coming along.
Oh yeah. Without missing a moment, you see me turn around. You hear Velcro tearing, and I turn around. I've got my Under Armour, my body armor's on, my fucking chest rig over it, Scar H up off the ground, and you hear that bolt drop. I buckle my helmet up and just kind of standing there right beside uh, Garin, right beside him, and I'm gonna kind of playfully jab him in the shoulder and be like, "Just like Syria again, huh?"
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And
I hope not. Well, actually, we made it through that, so I'll take it.
I'm gonna look to Oleg and say, "Stay behind us, far enough to where you are unseen, close enough to where you can shoot everything that we may encounter in the face." And that said, he is going to act as a perk this round, usable once per turn on your turn, Glassic. You don't have to roll to hit, but he will be rolling the um, the die, the hit die, each roll.
Cool.
Um,
Sweet.
and any sort of reloads, on reloads he will displace, so that will be one full turn that he'll be out of action when he needs to reload.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Overwatch. Sweet.
Um, and with the extra duty personnel, or not duty personnel, the extra um, personnel that we're taking with us, they aren't going to be directly affected, but they're going to be traveling behind us. They are assault group, and we are assault group / reconnaissance group, and we're going ahead of them. We're clearing out an area for a camp, and then continuing on. But yeah, so you guys have some opportunities here before we leave to go to the trader. However, the only trader open right now is going to be Yevgeny. All of the others are shut down because of the emission that happened this morning. They're checking on all of their supply routes, all of that stuff. But Yevgeny, he's got his ducks in a fucking row. His shit does not stop flowing, aside from that cash that's stuck in the dead zone, or in the dead city. But that's neither here nor there. Does not matter to him. You guys may go to, collectively as a whole group, you guys may go to either a trader or head over to a campfire. Which would you guys rather do?
I want to go to a trader.
I'm down for a trader if everybody else wants to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And so
I need some pain pills anyway.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Everybody, let's start with Ribcage. You're Vex. Do you have Vinka on you?
I do.
All right, go ahead and take a hit. Klipkona, do you have booze? Access to booze?
I don't have any in my inventory right now, but I'm sure I could buy some.
I can hand you some cognac.
Fuck yes.
All right.
I snarfed that shit.
Do you have cigarettes on you, Stims?
I take some, yeah. I'm going to
Alright.
subtract one from that.
Do you have cannabis on you? Oh, I'll look for you. You do. All right. And
Always.
morphine for Hero. Hey, Giroy, you got morphine? All
Always.
right.
Well, I try to always.
All right. Nobody has to roll for a negative effect. Y'all are high as fuck walking to the trader, and you guys kind of shuffle down into the little compound area where Yevgeny is, and he smiles. It's just been a day since a few of you saw him. Or no, 3 days. Total time in zone, 3 weeks. It's been 3 days since the monolith incident and last session. He waves to, very happily, to Riot, and he says, "Riot, my favorite customer. You bring your entire group today, huh?"
Be ready to have to restock on things very soon.
He smiles and
We all
claps.
have orders to fill.
He smiles and claps his hands together and rubs them anxiously. "Yes, Prophet. What can I do for you, Riot?" And so you're kind of first in line.
I need anti-radiation pills. I need the seal on my mask, and gesture to Whisper in his mask checked. Extra filters as well.
As you're talking to him, my character, Kipchak, he's gonna kind of tap you on the shoulder, and he's gonna say, "These gas masks that we issued to everybody as part of this expedition, these don't require filters," and I'm gonna kind of pull mine off my chest and show you. The rubber seal, though, that's a good idea, and just kind of trace it. As long as this doesn't have any shit in it, we don't need filters, we don't need anything. As long as there's a tight seal, we're good to go. And I'm gonna kind of show the mask to Yevgeny, and he nods, and he pulls out a box of filters. He goes, "I don't have a use for these. You're the only group that has ever used these before, but I was told to keep them in stock by your battalion co. and he just hands them. He's, just take them. I can't sell them to anyone else.
Well, spasiba. Uh, as far as before, I still need anti-radiation pills, the seals on
Right.
my mask and everyone else's mask checked, uh, gloves, the whole nine. We're all heading into Yantar, and I cannot afford to lose a single man.
Gloves. I mean, you guys are stalkers. That's on you. But yeah, as each person comes through, I'll make sure that your guys' mask is secure. And he's saying that, he's gonna kind of pull yours towards him and kind of thumb trace the seal, and he's gonna take a couple drops of some clear liquid and put it kind of on the inside of the seal, and he just says it's a bonding agent. It'll work with the adhesive to provide a much stronger bond, but it'll smell for a little bit, but it'll go away within about 5 hours. No fumes.
As long as it keeps me alive. By the way, do you have a fancy for shotguns?
Uh, that piece that you've got?
Reason I ask, this isn't for sale, but and I pull a homemade dragon's breath round out of my my bandolier. These
Oh,
I got these recently from believe it was Eugene here on the base. Now,
that's me. Look.
don't be spreading the word. I look around a little
Oh,
bit.
sorry, you said Eugene.
Yeah.
I misheard.
It is him. He's just wearing like a mustache.
Weren't they slugs?
I bought slugs, but I also bought homemade dragon's breath. But back in character, these I used them during the defense recently. They work very well. Don't be spreading the word around too much, because apparently it would raise a little bit more hell than we would want. But that man Eugene, he makes a good product. So anybody that's using shotgun would be wise to buy a case.
Evgeny's gonna nod. Yeah, yeah. Homemade dragon's breath. That's gotta be thermite. Anyways, I'll get into recipes later. But speaking of shotguns, he's gonna turn around. He's a salesman. You know he's gonna try and sell you something. He picks up a striker shotgun, the 12 gauge with the drum magazine that's semi-auto.
Meat
And
sweeper?
yep,
The
exactly.
very same.
And he puts that on the table in front of you. He goes, "This modified, not 20 round drum, 30 round drum."
If it wasn't such a pain in the ass to reload, I would take it. I
Fair
also have
enough.
this to worry about, and I tap the scar H on my back.
Oh yeah, you'll have to, out of character, you'll have to find a place to put that before we leave. But that's no problem, as we all have bunks, lockers, and all of that stuff. Because you'll be able to carry your primary and no other primary weapons. Just a primary and a secondary.
Gotcha.
Um, yes. That was your old group leader's weapon,
We don't
right?
need to get into it.
Okay, sorry. Anything else I can help you with, Riot?
I should be okay. I kind of like pat myself down. Get to them. If I think of anything, then I'll be I'll be with you after you're done with the last man, but please.
He nods and he passes you a cold bottle, liter-sized bottle of Aquafina. Purified water. We finally got some from the mainland again. No charge. Everybody needs to stay hydrated. And
Spasiba.
go ahead and -2 from your thirst.
Hell yeah.
Um, we will go over to Alexander Garin. Ah, Mr. Garin, Giroy, as he is called. I have not met you yet, and he kind of sticks out his hand in a shake.
I'll shake his hand. I'm I'm used to the morphine. I'm not really high because I do have pain that I do, but I take a little bit extra to how that goes. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna shake his hand and I'll say, just call me Alexander. I prefer that.
What brings you to the greatest trader in Rostock?
Well, because you are the only trader open in Rostock at the moment, but other than that, you look like you have a pretty good selection.
Always. You like dead mutants? I've got cat parts, Islam parts, snork parts, controller parts. You want rifles? And he points to a sniper rifle rack behind him. I've got M82A3 50 caliber BMG made by Browning. I have L96 made in England. I have the Scout made by Remington. I have Remington 700 as well, speaking of Remington. The M1903 Springfield, and of course the beloved Mosin Nagant. And where would we be without a lever action? 357 Magnum, 1894 lever action Winchester Magnum. But maybe you like up close and personal. We have M4AR, we have OTS Groza, FN 2000, AK-74U. But that is not all. Submachine guns, P90, PPSH 41, Thompson 45, MP5, UMP 45, Bison, PPD 40, Chris Vector, Mini Uzi, you name it, I've got it. Assault rifles? Oh, every AK variant under the book. 103, 74M. I have Soko's RK95, SIG 551, AUG, A1, AN94, G36C, and G36K, both short and long variants. FAMAS G2 from France, L85, and of course a great selection of Romanian Dong, and then Vepr, Scar L, and AK-47s out the asshole. But battle
Holy
rifles.
shit.
FNFAL
Oh my god,
GAG3,
he's not done.
PTR 91 AK, AK5 BAR, and Weapon hunting variant. Marksman rifles, M14s, SVUs, Rugers, VSS Wintores, a Ruger, and Mini 14. SKS sporterized, it's a damn shame, but we take it. 1940s Gver 43, why? Because the Nazis were here. They're not anymore, thank God for that. We have VS Val, Ruger 1022, Caltech 22 LR, Magnum, M1 with Paratrooper folding stock, SVT 40, and SVD. And of course, everybody's favorite. Women say diamonds are happiness. I say belt fed weapons are happiness. M60A1, M249 SAW, RPD, RPK, and PKM.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at the rest of the group. Did
You
everyone else
will be
hear?
tested on what the fuck he just said.
No, did anyone else hear hard bass in background while he spoke? I swear to God, I hear hard bass while he's speaking to me. This is fucking crazy. I take too much morphine. Okay, listen, I am happy with rifle. You are very, very good at your job. If I had more money, I probably would not have money after this trip. But I just need 5.56 ammo. That is it. Maybe a couple extra magazines for Bushmaster. And I'm just gonna show him my rifle. Like, holy shit, I am overwhelmed.
he uh he kind of backs away for a minute. He starts rummaging through You see a lot of 20 and 10 round magazines for Stanag, and you hear just a lot of the sound of Stanag magazines
Mm-hmm.
just clamoring and
The clank.
clacking. Yeah, that
Yeah, I
specific
know that.
clank. And he comes up with 6.
The hollow clank. Nice. Okay.
That's all I've got. Where the hell did those show up?
I'm not sure. And they're gone.
Over here.
Oh, here they are. Here they are.
Oh, I see
think
them.
they're. Yep. They were doing the floating thing. Okay. I suppose that. And do you have any pain pills, morphine, anything like that?
One moment. He kind of looks around. The. And he has a
I'll take
box
it.
of morphine syringes.
Okay, that will do me for a while. Yes, see, I'll take that.
All right.
Very good.
Total, I'll do 2,000 rubles.
Okay, let me see. I must find money in box. Hold on.
Oh, did I give it to you? Okay, yeah. Good, just the big one.
Isn't there a way to see what's in it?
Yeah, just click the search button. Right click on the box.
That's right. That's it. Sweet. Thank you. 2,000, right?
Yep. And then don't forget to take that off of the money counter you have there on your character sheet.
Bam. 1, 2.
He shakes your hand again and smiles. Anything else I can do for you?
I have some radio protecting, so I think I will be okay.
All right, and
But
he grabs your mask and he kind of does the same thing he did with Rib. He kind of traces it with his thumb. Seems good, but just in case, and he applies that liquid on the inside. It's a bonding agent for the adhesive, makes a stronger bond. And hands you back your mask.
Do you have any Vaseline? Actually,
Vaseline?
do you have any Vaseline?
Unfortunately,
I know it's
no.
strange request, not for what you people think it's for, I promise. Okay?
That is a very rare commodity in the zone.
I know, but it's good to make seal on face.
Unfortunately,
If
I
not,
haven't
it's
seen
okay.
any in a matter of years.
Okay, well, just thought I'd ask. You never know. Weird shit happens here.
That it does.
For all I know, could be no anomaly. Vaseline anomaly.
That would be great if it pumped out gallons of we would be rich in the zone sending that to the mainland.
Da. Stranger things have happened, though. Okay, I will stop taking everyone else this time. I'm good, and I'm gonna walk off.
All right. Sarah, do you want to get rid of your hang on, let me quickly change the ambience back here. Sorry about that. There we go. Do you want to get rid of that standard issue AK-74 you got? Replace it with something a little better, or stick with it?
I really do enjoy an RPK, so I think I'll but do you guys also have, like, as much gauze as possible?
Let me see. I do have gauze rolls. He just starts
How many
pulling
you got?
from a box. Just handfuls of these rolls of gauze. You want 3, you want 6, you want 12, 24, 48?
I'll meet you in the middle at 24.
Alright, and he recognizes that you are the surgeon that helped out duty recently. And he says, you're the medicine woman, and don't worry about it. It's on the house. And he's
Thank you.
with game mechanics wise, in terms of weight, I can't give you the RPK. That would be a
That's
machine.
okay. I know I'm flat.
Yeah, I was about to say. Although alternatively, what's your rifle?
Everybody who came into the zone in the initial exploration group to get you was given an AK-74. Just run-of-the-mill, super low stats, close to breaking, just whatever they could pull out of the zone as quickly as they could, and just hand it out in mass.
You could have that fixed and get the RPK mags fit in the 74, don't they?
Yeah.
The 45 round mags.
Oh shit, that's gangster.
So technically, you could just get the weapon you have fixed. That'd be your cheapest option, and then just see if he has some 45 round like RPK mags.
All right. Well, do you think you can fix it? If you got some, I mean, shoot, might as well fix it anyways. But
He shakes his head. I'm not a mechanic, and he looks down at the end of the building where the mechanic usually is. I don't know where he went. He disappeared after the anomaly. I must have a lot of business going on right now with duty. But
that's all right.
I
I'll
will
figure
make
it out.
sure he knows that there is a queue in waiting.
Appreciate you.
And let's see here, Armin.
Koken. I've got a fun one for you. Charlotte, point of order, how many mags did I get for the fucking railgun?
Oops, I did. I need to take these ones away. What the hell? I gave you 5, but it didn't save. We're just gonna use STANEG mags for the time being because we have a lot of those, and it's easy for me to copy and paste.
That's
There you go.
fair. I'm going to put my my empty mags, which I think I emptied out 2 of them last time. I was wondering if you potentially had any kind of rebar that might fit in these.
Oh yeah, you need Gauss rifle rounds, right?
Yeah, or anything approximate.
And he says, just 50 rubles. Here you go, and slides you a box of Gauss rounds. It is a box of monolith ammunition.
Is it like marked monolith?
Mm-hmm.
No. That's ominous.
Adobe Gen Studio
Next,
for
point of
performance
order.
marketing
Do you think you could cite
AI-powered
in the
content
Gauss
creation
rifle?
and insights to help
He nods and grabs a barrel wizard and sticks it on in there, and he says, "This thing isn't chambered, right?"
Shouldn't be.
He checks
I mean,
the
it takes a
chamber,
second, so
checks the chamber a couple times, and then replaces the barrel wizard and kind of clicks the sights around a little bit. Maybe something better than iron sights. This is a really powerful firearm, or I guess railgun, technically.
I would appreciate anything potentially cheaper, but still effective.
He kind of starts rummaging around and comes up. He has there's ACOGs, PSO scopes that can be mounted onto a Picatinny rail, as well as aim points and vertical grips, that sort of thing, and also bipods, EOTechs, and even thermal optics.
Too rich for my taste on that. How much for an ACOG, a forward grip, and some vodka?
9,000 for ACOG, vertical grip 1,500, and vodka. Unfortunately, I don't have any booze in house today.
Bullshit.
Barkeep had a bit of an issue with upkeep, and he bought me out. Where did that? Oh, there it is. Purified water. I forgot to give you a purified water, Garen. You get one.
I'll go ahead and drink that down because my thirst is at a 10. So.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and remove 2 thirst from you, and same with Sarah. I'll remove 2 thirst from you.
Sorry, you said 9,000 for the ACOG, 1,500 for the vertical grip?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck it, deal.
Are you sure you only want ACOG?
Do I look like I have any kind of money? Unless you're willing to pay up, then I'll take the thermals.
Well, okay, there has to be somewhere in between, okay? Like, do you have, like, regular rifle scope? Maybe, I don't know, like 1 to 6? You know, something like this? I mean, I will pay for extra, but 2.7 magnification on a rifle like that is kind of like jerking off into wind.
Hey, some of the shit I've heard on the radios here, that's normal, man.
He's going to pull up the thermal scope, and he's going to point at it. This, made by Vortex in America. 9,000, I'll give you the whole deal for 9,000.
What's the magnification on it?
124.
That's better. But at least it's 4 times magnification, so at least you can reach out and touch fucker.
And it's thermal, so we can see fuckers behind whatever the fuck they.
I will put in extra money if you don't have, okay?
He's saying 9,000
for my ass.
He's saying 9,000 for the whole deal. I will do 9,000.
I am not trying to be pain in ass. I just want to be, you know, he's actual long-range rifle.
I understand, but you also need to understand. I was sitting in front of a goddamn mass of zombies and couldn't hit shit.
Well, now you can maybe hit shit better. I don't know, but I'm trying to give you optimal chance.
We'll see how we do with the 4 times and then go from there. Oh,
Okay, well, now at least you can see in dark, right? So,
damn right I can.
you are a good man, salesman. I still hear hard bass in background when you talk, though.
It's just normal ambience. It is an aura, you know, when you've been in the zone this long.
Yeah,
And he just drops
da,
down and
da, I
starts
understand.
cake dancing.
Oh, perfect.
Alright, 9,000. Oh,
I
yeah.
had that just on the fucking desk, so.
Dude, that'll be a nice scope on that rifle.
It will.
Sweet.
There we go.
That'll
I
be
got the
fucking
9,000
sweet.
right here. Perfect. And go ahead and oh, don't forget to replace your weapon in your character sheet. Your accuracy is going to go up to 85%. So, uh, let's see here. Let me find it. Okay, so 85%, you're adding a +5 to whatever you roll. And if they're behind cover, adding +3. All right,
Give me
and
1 second. How much of those Gauss bullets do I have?
you have, let's see here,
I've got
4.
20 from the mags.
Yeah. The box is 50.
50.
Nice.
And the condition of them?
The bullets?
No, the Gauss rifle.
Oh, condition of the Gauss rifle is 100%.
Hang on, guys. The game might get a little laggy here. Okay.
And last but not least, stims. And everybody's getting the same treatment with the mask. He traces it, makes sure that it's a firm seal, and then puts that little the adhesive bond in it.
Do you sell gas masks, perhaps?
He's gonna nod. Yeah, yeah, and he's gonna point to the one that's on your chest. I just checked this one for you.
I'm looking for a full-hooded one.
Okay.
Have anything like that?
Yeah, but you're going to be losing quality. Um,
Oh.
at least in terms of the mask itself. You will require a filter and all of that stuff. I have the Skid Mask 90. I have the old GP5 variants all day. The FM12 and the GP9s and the Skid 90 and PSM or PMG, sorry.
You have goggles?
like night vision. Oops, sorry. I did not mean to do that. Just, yeah.
I can't believe I'm being force fed caffeine.
So I had to say, are you giving me coffee?
And you're gonna like it.
This is gonna fuck up my drunk so bad.
Yeah. Oh God, I didn't think about that. Yeah, that would totally kill my buzz.
All right. But he asks, do you want like night vision or like what kind of goggles?
Never mind. How many filters for the FM12 do you have?
3 or 4. But again, that is a higher quality mask that you have, and it doesn't require filters.
Alright. Never mind. Do you have any steel wire?
He nods and he turns around to and points to a huge spool of like miles of steel cable that would be used to hold up you know those big power towers?
Yeah, I do.
And it's like 4-inch diameter steel cable.
Have anything thinner?
No.
Have any plastic wire? Just wire of any kind? I'm looking for tripwire material.
Oh, tripwire material. You're looking for fishing wire, like line or rope.
Yes.
Okay. Let me see here. I don't have it in this. He does have it, but I don't have it on my inventory. He's just gonna hand you a little spool. 10 rubles.
Alright, I'll do that. 10 rubles.
Yep.
Here you go.
And he's gonna hand you a bottle of water.
Do you have grenades as well?
He's actually after he hands you the bottle of water, he kind of turns around real quick, cause like you hear a banging at the door on the back end of the building. He kind of raises a finger. One moment, and he disappears. Go ahead and remove 2 thirst. And
Am I supposed to have 20?
thirst?
Yeah, I'm at 20 thirst.
Yeah, remove 2 from that.
Okay.
And he is going to be predisposed because I need to continue to push session along. But he does not have any explosives as previous. But you guys kind of do your final gear checks and whatnot, and kind of have a short assembly outside. And I'm just going to have everybody pull out their PDAs. Okay, go into your settings, go to synchronize, local, find me, and I'm gonna show you guys the numerical suffix of my PDA, because it'll show up when you guys go do that. You need to synchronize to me. Let's make sure everything is on the same page here with technology, so in case there's any weird bullshit with the monolith or whatever the fuck might happen in Yantar, that we are good to go. And after that, I will hang back in the rear with the new person, and I'm gonna nudge Stems. We'll pull real security since we have automatics and she has a fucking grenade launcher. And everybody else file in the middle. Obviously, I'm gonna point to Riot. He's in front. He's our guide. And stay fucking alert, okay?
Duh.
I'll just give a nod.
And so I'm gonna quickly save this, and then we're gonna have a moment of weird
Weird
as this
signs.
transitions.
It's not really sure.
Weird
Oh
science.
God.
Yeah, just give it a minute. Don't touch anything. Just give it a little bit and continue not touching anything. Generally, when we're on this map, it's just not great. Okay. Oh,
Wow, that finished so strangely. It was just like okay, cool.
yeah. I'm not. I don't know if I trust. I don't know if I trust it or not. But anyways, you guys are
It looks
outside
good.
of the trader. There's, you guys are hanging out at the campfire, just kind of going over
Our
another
Montana
final check.
Constitution was written to give us the
and-
freedom to choose our judges and keep
Jesus
partisan
Christ. Fucking politics. Goddamn ads. Okay. So, you guys are in Rostock, right here. You guys go with Ribcage. Or, sorry, Ryan. And you guys leave along the rail pike here. And you guys are going to end up in Yantar. So, the as you guys head into Yantar, there's a bunch of tunnels, just a really long tunnel that leads you into Yantar, and you guys gotta walk about 3 kilometers before you actually get to the opposite side of this this tunnel. That said, we are going to have a new mechanic come into play. And that being... oh, I need to give you guys your little visual. So, you guys start to head into that long tunnel. And here's the group. Mid-morning, heading into the tunnel, right there. Look at that. He got Riot in the front, Whisper right behind him, and then you have Clipkona, and then Sawbone, myself, and Garin right behind that. Garin on the outside, myself on the inside, and good old Stims in the rear with her Vogue right at the ready to absolutely vaporize some motherfuckers. And then, so yeah, you guys are heading into the tunnel. Ribcage, you may do the honors if you wish, or you can assign somebody to volunteer them to draw from the events. But I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle them because these have not been shuffled yet. And
Tell you what, since I'm the one in front, I'll go for the event card.
All right, put it right in the middle here and read her aloud.
I won't blame you if we die, Rib, I promise.
I will.
Alright. Oh, it's upside down. Equipment and items. You spend some time cleaning and maintaining your weapon, allowing it to operate more efficiently. You gain +1 to damage to your damage stat this turn.
Okay, that was a good one. Everybody is rolling
Hooray!
on a +1. Aside from Klipkona, you're rolling on a +6. Damn.
How do I track that?
You just add +1 to your rolls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Hooray!
I didn't expect there to be a good one in there. I mean, I know there's a few here and there, but like, what's the chances, you know? So yeah, you guys continue on, and nothing bad happens at all. Very, very carefully, you are guided through a dark tunnel, a completely mind-numbingly dark tunnel. There's noises, there's feelings, there's weird things, but your guide expertly tracks your way through the ruins of the tunnel. He knows the collapses, he knows the routes to get around, he knows the ways to get around mutants, he knows how to get around anomalies, as well as the bandits that camp and rob stalkers coming out of Rostock. And you guys circumnavigate all of the danger that is in this tunnel flawlessly. And you guys emerge on the other side into Yantar, and you guys get your first peek of a little bit of sunlight, but there's a crack of thunder that immediately follows, and the sky opens up. You guys are in kind of the swampy area of Yantar, but the rail pike is raised up out of the swamp, and everything you hear in the ambience is what you're hearing real time. And yeah, it's starting to rain a little bit. You guys fucking I'll start. I'm gonna say to Riot, I'm really happy that we have you as our fucking guide. I don't think there's another motherfucker in the entire zone that could have done that as flawlessly as you did.
I give him a nod. If there was ever anyone else better, they're dead now.
He's getting enough.
Sure, that's best guide I've seen yet.
I think if they're dead, they weren't that good.
I turn, and like I kind of stop in my tracks and face Clacker. I just, like, you can see through my mask. I'm like looking like wild-eyed at you, and I look you up and down. And I just keep on my way. I look back to the battalion commander. When we get back from this, a sleeve of crackers I'll give you.
Or sorry, not me, but our bat cow. He'll nod. And speaking of him, he and those two guys are just gonna kind of take a kneel outside of the tunnel. Well, I'll look forward to those crackers. I hope they're saltine or have some sort of flavor. Always expired zone crackers destroying my tongue. But anyways, good luck out there. We'll be waiting. We have our PDA synced. As soon as you have a camp area secured for us, send us message, and we will be on our way.
I give you a nod and make sure that I have all my shit together, check my weapons again, and look at you one more time before walking off. I like Ritz. They come from far out west, the United States. It's a French name from what I've been told, but it's an American cracker. Regardless,
Sorry, go ahead.
they are delicious.
So are those the buttery ones? They taste like butter, right? They like cracker with butter on it, salt. They're like round, right?
Yeah,
If
that's
you're
them.
eating crunchy sticks of butter, I have many more questions that I wish never to be answered, and I walk off.
Named after an American hotel.
Those are good crackers.
Kipchek's just gonna be super confused, but just immediately kind of step two. And yeah, you guys have about another 3 kilometers to walk along this rail pike. So go ahead and continue RPing. You guys continue along the raised gravel surface with the railroad ties beneath your feet. You guys are just walking along and doing your thing.
Well, these bloodsuckers I keep hearing about, do they actually go invisible, or is it like people just fucking with them?
I'm gonna point
No,
to
they go invisible.
I'm gonna point to Sawbone. Sorry, I keep thinking about the FOB from the Altus campaign. But anyways, I point to Sawbone, and um, you saw firsthand what they can do. That surgery. What happened to him?
Hmm. Well, put it into words, they really turned him into meat. Okay. I think it was latched onto his neck.
A human, right?
I mean, I don't know what kind of human would do that.
I don't know. People seem to treat the strangest things as everyday occurrence, so
Yeah, maybe once was human, but I don't know.
That's because in a place like this, those occurrences happen every day. You have to remember that the zone is not like the rest of the world. The things that go bump in the dark are going bump after you.
Yeah, well, you know, I have my own set of skills too.
Listen, okay, they're not invisible. It's a type of camouflage. You, if you know what to look for, you can see the movement. It's just very difficult. Has anyone seen the movie Predator? You know, the American movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger? It's kind of like that, but better.
as long as they don't have those shoulder guns, I'm fine.
Not yet that I've seen. I've only seen a couple, and I will tell you, they are hard to see. You don't see them if they in the right light. Forget about it.
As you guys continue walking, you hear over your radios that, and you also get a message on your PDA from Oleg, and it just says, the message says, "Attention, listen up," and then either the radio kind of crackles a little bit. Check, 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 check.
I'm gonna respond back. Loud and clear, send traffic.
You have somebody tailing you. He's got a camouflage coat on, a real thick jacket, some kind of Eastern Chi-Com rig, He's tailing you about 300 meters, closing on your right side. Right side.
Can lay mine if we want.
Solid
Should I
copy
give
on
my
all.
new side a test?
As we're still walking along, I vaguely, off to my left side, look back. We don't stop moving. We don't let him know that we know that he's there. Kona, long-range optic, try and get eyes on anybody else with an optic, identify that target. We don't stop moving.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna look for him through my thermal.
All right, go ahead and roll me a just roll me standard perception. Mike, go ahead and roll Oleg's perception off of yours as well.
And 4.
Mine would be 18 minus 2, so 16.
Damn it. I lost connection again.
One sec. Let me see if it put me back as host.
I don't need to change it anytime soon, though. Okay, so everybody... Oh, you have some kind of a, Oh, I thought you had a rangefinder for whatever reason.
I have a rangefinder right here.
Yeah. Okay. Stims, you go ahead and roll me perception as well.
Ten.
10?
10. Yep. I have a perception of 18.
Oh, okay. So you're just giving me the number that you rolled, not the number altogether.
What's the number altogether?
Add the
What you rolled plus your perception.
attribute.
Plus your perception?
So you're gonna have a little modifier up on the right side.
28.
Alright, perfect. Everybody sees it. Stims, you paint this target as you're looking at him. How far away is he?
How far away is he? I don't know.
That's for you to roleplay.
Oh,
Yeah, just give us a number.
I only got 250 meters out.
Alright. Everybody sees him, and Stims echoes back that he has closed the distance slightly and is continuing to trail. And you hear over the radios basically the same traffic, that he's picking up the pace, looks to be potentially abandoned. And you guys continue on walking, continue RP.
I'm going to step up next to Riot and say, at the next chance, I will move off from the group and I will wait for him. What do you think of this?
Take Whisper with you. I don't want anyone going alone. If it's a bandit, then they still have enough skill to take at least one of us out in single combat.
If he's bandit, he will not see what I have coming for him. And I will kind of slow my pace and move back in the group to whisper. And say, at the next chance when we can, we will dip off from group and we are going to wait for our friend and we will ambush him.
So everybody else kind of continues, and knowing he's got to sell the deal, go ahead and roll me a street knowledge glass. Actually, no, for you, this would be something that you know. Go ahead and roll me intelligence.
All right.
Ooh,
Ooh,
nice.
19 plus 9.
You kind of start to develop a limp, and you tell Whisper like, "Hey, play into it." And he wraps his arm around you. You guys fall away from the group. This guy starts to obviously through the communications you keep receiving from Oleg that he follows the two that are starting to separate. Because everybody knows with any military experience that if you are too far in front of a formation, too far off to the side of a formation, or too far behind a formation, you're a target. And so these guys are purposefully making themselves a target and kind of head off a little bit. And as this happens, you guys can see a group of figures moving around in the wood line nearby. And this is that group. When the guy finally gets close to you, the person that's following you, Glassic, is the guy with the hooded coat and the shotgun with the tweed pants. And with him is the guy that you see in that picture behind him with the long coat. He doesn't visibly have a weapon, and the other guy with the FAMAS is with the guy in the long coat. And they surround you guys. Hey, Merc, how's it going?
So where's his weapon at the moment?
Low ready. They're not super concerned. They've pulled off this maneuver before. They know. They're confident. They know what they think. They know what they're doing.
So these guys are both. They're standing. How close are they to each other?
They're about a meter apart. They can grab each other, but they're maintaining their spacing. They're not sure about you because you're a merc. You got higher training than most stalkers that these guys rob. And
so
sorry, 1 second. As Glass is surrounded, you guys hear from the rest of you. Hear over the radio. All right, 3 targets surrounding Gurps right now. I've got a good shot on one. It's the guy with the hood. I can take him. The other 2 are yours. Be advised, you got a group of about 7. I say again, 7 approaching that location. Time now.
Solid copy on Clip Kona, get on that. I want you taking out those other 2 targets. I'm going to, after you take your shot, I'm going to close the distance. The rest of you deal with the 7 that are coming in.
All right, and back to the group. Whisper and Gilroy. You guys are talking with these 3 bandits. Hey, Merc. What you got? What you doing in Yantar?
I came for your mom, you fuck.
Very funny.
She said she says she needs bigger dick than yours. What do you want, little boy? You know
He's
you're playing with wrong person, right?
he kind of
You
smiles.
think you are in charge. Go ahead.
He kind of smiles. He says, "Yeah, I know I'm in charge. This is my territory." And he kind of whistles, and the rest of them that are slowly coming towards you guys start to make themselves more known. They're walking less softly, and he racks around really quickly into that shotgun. He goes, "All right, Merc, you know how this goes. We're
As
businessmen
he
at the end of the day."
so as he's saying this, I'm going to kind of turn my body so that he can't see my flashbang, and I'm going to say, "Do you feel like you're in charge right now? You seem to think you're in charge, but things can be deceiving in Zone." And I'm going to pull my flashbang, and I'm going to pull the pin and toss it over by his feet real quick, and then I'm going to roll out of the way, and I'm going to yell to Whisper, "Eyes away! Or look away!"
Go ahead and give me a athletics, or actually acrobatics.
All right, so I have a 12 natural in that.
Rolling down an embankment shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, I'm literally just trying to roll away so that if he shoots me with his racked round, he's got to hit a moving target. That's more or less what I'm trying to do. Which, let's see, that would be perception and or dexterity, probably. So we'll roll that guy.
Ooh,
A 20.
you roll out of the way, well out of the way. Whisper is able to. He just kind of pulls the coif of his coat up over his eyes. Boom! Flashbang goes off. When the flashbang goes off, go ahead and roll me a hit die here. When the flashbang goes off, Oleg takes a shot. Oh no! The hooded dude falls to the ground and his pelvis explodes. He is screaming. This other guy is so disoriented from the flashbang and his buddy screaming. He's trying to like get his thoughts together, looking at his buddy, who is just every heartbeat is just gush, gush, gush out of the pelvis, and he is screaming unexplicably loud. Every heartbeat, blood is pumping, and the other guy, he tries to grab you. Go ahead and roll me athletics.
A 4.
Oh, and oh, 21. Let's see here. Let's see if he can get a hold of you. Oh, he does. He grabs you up off the ground. He's still a little disoriented though, so he can't do anything. But he grabs you. You son of a bitch! And
Perfect.
he
That's
tries
exactly where I want him, actually.
he tries to put you to the ground. His FAMAS is slung, and he he can't get to it, but he's got a good hold on you.
What is he grabbing on me, exactly? Is he grabbing, like, my shirt or my vest?
Yeah, he's got you by the straps that would come up over the shoulders of your vest.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually bring my legs up and wrap it around his waist and lean back and pull my sidearm. And I'm going to just pop, 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 pop right into his, like, torso and up into his head.
All right. Go ahead and roll me Just roll me endurance for that one. Because you're former FSB. Nobody, this isn't group info, but you know what the fuck you're doing. You've been in very close,
yeah, you
tight
know what
situations.
yeah, you know exactly the maneuver I'm trying to pull off here. If he's gonna try and if he's gonna use both his hands to hold on to me, I'm gonna use his weight against him, and I'm just gonna shoot him with my pistol,
Yeah, perfect.
like point blank. So, all right, so that would be endurance. Bam. Plus, I get I think a +8.
Yep. Oh,
So a 19 plus 8.
he has made a grave miscalculation. You look him dead into the eyes, and he says, "Don't," or no, that's not the SSO motto. It's "Nikto criminas." And a chill runs through his spine. He recognizes that motto. He recognizes, oh fuck, I've just tussled with Russian special forces. Son of a bitch. His last look is absolute horror as your body weight becomes his new center of gravity. He topples over face first onto your chest. As you fall to the ground, you pull your pistol out of your chest holster and you just start rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One is in the belly, the second in the sternum, the third at the solar plex, fourth at the collarbone, 5 in the forehead. This man comes apart on you. Blood soaks you. You roll out from under him. The other bandit is dead from blood loss. The other one with the shotgun, he just looks at you, and he raises a hand. He goes, "Hey, let's forget this happened, okay?" And as he says that, there's just a faint little and that crack, and his head splits open like a watermelon. And as that happens, as his body is falling to the ground, Whisper is just in awe. And we're gonna turn it over to the rest of the party. Everybody else, go ahead and roll me initiative. While you guys do that, I'm gonna grab a pen.
I got 12.
I got 16.
I'm also going to use the bathroom real quick.
The little stalker.
The little stop. Yes, absolutely.
What'd you get, Stims? Stims?
The mic was muted. I was doing the purple one, I think.
What did you get for your initiative roll?
15.
And
So plus your awareness, right?
what for Sarah?
Did anybody roll for... Sarah rolled a 19.
Oh, all right.
Here on the yellow guy. The intelligentsia die. You can thank me later, Sarah, for a badass initiative roll.
All right. So initiative will go Sarah, Armin, Rib, Stims. All right. So these three dudes just exploded. The fury of the FSB was just unleashed on three unknowing civilians who just so happened to fuck with the wrong dude. And yeah, that's entirely on them. They're dead, very dead. And now the other 7 who are approaching, it's that time. Time to absolutely fucking knock them down. Stims, can you give me host real quick?
Okay.
of the watch party. I keep losing connection for whatever reason. I'm gonna see what's eating up
How
all
do
my
I do that?
bandwidth. Just transfer it.
I don't. Shit.
Yeah, you.
It's in full screen, so.
How would just one transfer ownership?
Yeah, I was about to say if that would not be enough directions for me.
Just right
But I'm
click on my
also
name.
old.
That's. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
It should just be a right click and transfer host.
It's not there.
If you ever can't figure anything out with Discord, don't feel bad because neither can I. I am Discord retarded.
Okay, Airman is hosting now. He can figure it out.
Oh, that's not a good thing.
What?
So, what you do is when you're looking at the video, like let's say
It's
if
at the
it's
top.
full screened, you'll just like. Well, actually, is your video full screened right now, Orman?
No.
Okay. So where it says D&D and Gurps playlist and it says that you're hosting, just click on that, and then a little drop-down menu will appear with the viewers. You want to click on our lovely GM, the fucking GM, as his name is in the server, and that's all you got to do. Just click on that name, and then it transfers the host over to him.
Okay, so voice channels, D&D, GURPS, watch together.
Yeah, just be looking at the watch together, and then where it says that you're hosting, just click on that, and then in that drop-down menu, click on S.T.A.L.K.E.R's name, and then it'll transfer the host to him.
Tag whoever else next is. Yeah.
Oh, well, what do you know? It transferred it to him. Alright, it all works out.
Alright.
This is such
Duck,
a
duck,
retarded
goose.
app.
Dude, hey, that just made me feel so much better about myself. Thank you so much for that. That was the ego boost.
You
I
weren't here
needed.
when it took me fucking 12 ass minutes to join the watch party because Discord changed the layout for like 2 seconds.
And
So,
now I am Alfarius. But he is Alfarius.
My brother and Alfarius. I am Alfarius.
Good to see you, Alfarius. But anyways, so Sarah is first up with, or sorry, Sawbone is first up with the attack, and fucking ads, motherfucker. Skip. All right, gonna restart that ambience. All right, what you doing?
God, that was amazing. Oh my God. I need to get cover. Oh God. I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna try and find some, and I'm gonna try to shoot at them.
All right, best cover is actually going to be the rail embankment. There's trees and whatnot, but that requires you to go down into the swamp. So do you want to just kind of go duck left of where you're at now, get behind this gravel embankment, and try and take some rounds?
Yeah.
Alrighty, where you trying to hit these guys?
Right in the middle of their chest.
Alright, good center mass shots. Go ahead and roll me. I'll have Mike roll a d20.
To be determined.
You pop off a couple of rounds, and They sail through, but they don't hit anything. But they're going to the bandits.
And the medic.
They're going to kind of duck and cover, and you can faintly hear one yelling contact, and you guys get return fire. Rounds sail close to you, but they do not impact. Actually, the rounds impact on the other side of the embankment. Dust is kicked up, and the firefight has begun. Moving down to Araman. Araman, you are rolling at, what was it, a +6 now?
Yep.
Alright, go ahead and roll me a d20.
Yeah. Uh, 15.
Alright. Plus...
No, that's with +6.
Okay. Go ahead, what are you, actually, just go ahead and roll me a hit die.
There is no who am I aiming at. They're all just white blobs in my scope.
Yep. Alright. You actually hit the gun hand, the trigger hand of one guy, and his weapon spirals out of his hand into the swamp, plop, into that radioactive as a motherfucker water. Intelligence roll on his part. Oh no, he goes for it. He's gonna try and recover, which gives you an attack of opportunity. He's hunched over, and he's like feeling around in the swamp with his bloody fucking hand.
I go for the ass. I do not hit the ass.
Alright. Over to Rib.
Okay.
Which weapon did you bring with you? Your shotgun or the Scar H?
Since I only still have the one mag for the Scar, I brought my shotgun.
Gotcha. Would you like to move closer to get within shooting range?
Oh yeah. When I gave the order for like everything, I would have already like started moving. So I'm just gonna be continuing to I'll sprint, do my full turn, just getting as close as possible, so that way I can get to him. And am I also rolling for Whisper this turn as well?
Yes, roll me first a pathfinding for you. Oh, that's a 37. Jesus,
Okay.
never mind. Don't even worry about rolling that. You know this area of Yantar pretty well, and you know how to get behind these guys. So you're sprinting, you get off that embankment, you double down into a bush and disappear. And you find the shallow kind of areas where you can either run through mud or the shallowest water possible. And you're kind of maneuvering into a crossfire to where you're going to be to the right and front of the main group of stalkers or mercs, and center line looking down the group, looking at what would be their left flank of the bandits. And go ahead and roll me a intimidation for Whisper.
Okie dokie. Let's see, that is 13 plus... Actually, probably... actually, no, yeah, plus 5. So, or, do I add anything to this? I have a 5 in Intimidation.
Yep.
Okay.
So 18.
So, yeah, boom.
Yeah. Whisper gets up, and after watching all of that, everything happened so quickly, he didn't have time to react. He helps Garen up out of the gravel, and he is going to discharge a couple rounds at the bandits, and he's going to yell out to them, "You fucked with the wrong group today." And he's going to help kind of get Garen up and back to the main part of the group and rejoin the firefight with you guys. Next is Stims. Stims, what are you doing?
Sprint towards the enemies.
All right. You want to take your full turn?
If I can roll something to not, I'll do that. But if I have to take the whole turn, I will.
Go ahead and roll me. You're a vet. Roll me insight.
Ten.
Is that with your added?
Plus 5, so 15.
Okay. You see Riot kind of haul off down the embankment. You're not as skilled of a stalker as he is, but you've been in the zone a while. You're able to keep up with Riot, and you're sticking close to about 2 meters behind him, and you guys are sloshing through the mud onto the flank of the enemy. And my character is going to call for more fire, as you know, we need to suppress these guys in order for a flank to work. And I'm gonna go for some dirty. Why is it just lingering? Switch. Fucking ads. Of course it would. I'm gonna pop 3 rounds off at a silly boy. And not hit anything. But with Armin's rounds, Sarah's rounds, my rounds, all starting to come down quicker, they're less maneuverable. They're not suppressed, but they're not moving as quickly as they were. They're starting to hold down a little bit. Going over to the bandits, we do have one boyo who has the lungus bungus. Buddy with the FAL is going to return fire at Araman. Ooh, that is a hit. Go ahead, and you have a plate carrier on, luckily, and that round does stop. I need you to roll me a D6. Whoops. Here you go. D6. Alright, 4. Go ahead and remove 4 from your thorax, the 65. That is your armor quality. And 4 from your HP. The top one. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so that Araman just gets rocked off his feet. And that 7.62 round, it doesn't break any ribs, but he's out of breath. And they're going to continue firing up at the embankment to no avail. Just a lot of suppressive fire coming our way. If they continue to suppress, we will be diminishing our the roll advantage that we got from the tunnels. So back to our stalkers. Sawbone, back to you.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna keep continuing firing at them. I mean, they don't got me. I'm just good old.
Break.
Sorry, I didn't realize my mic is breaking.
Alright. You gonna keep shooting? Okay. I'll roll for you. 16.
All right. Is there anybody you specifically wanted to target? Always declaring what you're shooting at, who, all of that good stuff is always helps out a little.
Closest to myself.
All right. So you target the guy who's rummaging through the water trying to get his rifle back, bleeding into the radioactive swamp. And you see him kind of hunch over, and as he does, he's exposing his sides to you. Go ahead and roll me a hit die. 1 for each round. Ooh, knee.
Marines, a lot of people would have given up on me. You gave me a job.
It's 3 rounds,
Carla,
so.
Jenny, you're my family.
From the director of the Beekeeper.
Jenny's missing.
Ooh. In the gut.
Ooh.
I'm for it.
And
Oh. How
in
to
the
dig
balls.
shells tonight. All right, so he's exposing his left to you, and or his right, and that first shot goes through his leg. His knee is just destroyed as that 7.6239 passes through it. He falls a little bit face first into the water, and you see bubbles in the water. And that next round passes through his rib cage, hits the right lung and the left lung as it passes through him. And that last round shatters the pelvis, and he just bleeds out into the radioactive water.
That's fine.
That is now down to... Okay. Araman, you got best seats in the house right now, as the enemy is no longer really... They're intimidated. You guys just killed another guy, plus you've been putting suppressive fire on them. They are now suppressed. They're no longer moving. They're actually a little bit worried. Go ahead and shoot. You get yourself back up. You're tougher than this. You kind of shake it off. You do a quick pat down. Your balls are okay. Your neck is fine. You get back up. Get behind that gun. Pull that trigger, buddy.
I choose the next white blob in my sights.
Oh, you get a critical weapons malfunction. Go ahead and you're a tech whiz. You can cycle through this. This Gauss rifle is some premium technology. You've known about Gauss rifles in the zone since before you got here, and you've been practicing. Go ahead and roll me a dexterity. Just flat dexterity. Oh, you, just like I said, you know this rifle. You look at the chamber, you see it's a Type 3 weapons malfunction. You clear that jam in an instant, get that gun back down in your shoulder, pull the mag out, reload the round, slap that bitch back up into the mag well, lock, cocked, ready to rock, pull that trigger. Ooh, +6?
So, 22.
All right. You line up the guy who's he's got the AK with the extended mag and the Ismash gear and the Adidas tracksuit on. You line up his helmeted head, and you just boom pull that trigger, and it just sails right through his noggin. A tungsten carbide fucking titanium rod accelerated at 4,000 meters a second goes straight through this dude's cranium, painting the trees behind him. His body is hit with such force that when the head comes back, it's ripped off the neck, and the body falls forward. The remaining the remaining stalkers, aside from the dude with the camo vest on and the Chi-Com with the blue tape on his mags, they start to freak out a little bit, but this ain't over. Rib and Stims have just got on the flank. They're within 6 meters of the target. And Rib, go ahead and roll me in just flat endurance. Stims, you're rolling with him. You guys are taking a turn in unison. You are going to roll dexterity.
That's
My endurance,
12
which
in
is
total for me.
10 plus my endurance. So 26.
All right. Rib, you get right up on this dude, and you say, what do you say to get his attention?
Probably something simple like, hey, asshole.
He turns to you. He raises his weapon. You've got the drop on him already. And you just pull that trigger. Dragon's breath showers this man. He's on fire. You've staggered your rounds today. You pump the next round of buckshot into him and spray him all over the swamp. And in a almost Hollywood-esque fashion, he actually gets sent flying backwards a little bit. Stims, you're immediately right behind Ribcage there, and you see him, boom, cha-cha, boom. This dude's fucked. Just destination, fuck that Vil, all aboard the fuck it train. He is donezo, gone, lifeless, goodbye. You come up, you've got the drop on the second guy, you drop your rifle, sights up, and you pull the trigger 3 times, boom, 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 and he's squirming. You gut shot this man, utter disrespect, and you start walking towards this guy. You've got a burning hatred for people like this. It's the guy with the stalking hat and the earphones on, that nicer looking AK, the more modern one with the brown pants in the picture there. You walk up to him, he's squirming on the ground. Please, no!
Can I do a peace sign at him and then stomp his head?
Yeah. So, he's begging you, no, please. Holding his wounds, writhing on the ground. And you let your weapon sling. You make the peace sign, and you curb stomp him to death. And, that is the group of 7 bandits, KIA. And you hear over the radio, Oleg, Sektorechista, which translates to sector clear. And, yeah, you guys all kind of go back to walking down this rail pike. As you guys kind of lick your wounds, actually, rewind. So everybody's kind of scattered out. Everybody was taking rounds, shooting rounds, bip bop boom. The firefight's over. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna go over to... Holy shit, my ping is spiking. I had 1,000 ping there for a second. I'm gonna go over to Whisper and, Mike, remind me of your character's call sign.
It's Alexander.
No, like your call
My call sign's Hero.
sign.
My call sign's Hero.
Gotcha. I'm gonna go over to Hero and Whisper and make sure that both of them are alright.
Yeah, when when you get over to me, I'm just simply like kind of taking like a little cloth out of my backpack, and I'm just kind of like wiping the blood off of my face, very nonchalantly, like whatever.
Alright. I put my hand on Whisper's shoulder, and I tell him, next time it'll be me. And then I turn away and regroup with everybody else.
I'm gonna look over at Whisper like, I thought that was fun, no? I guess it's just me. And I'm just gonna walk back to the group, while continuing to clean myself up.
I'm fiddling with my gun. Stupid thing. I buy the most expensive shit for you, and this is how you act?
I'm gonna. Pavlikov's voice comes over the radio. Sawbone, get to our guy. He might be wounded.
I'm gonna run to him and check and see if I can find any fresh blood anywhere. It doesn't seem like there's anything going on, so I'll just keep an eye on everything for now.
As you're checking him over, I'm gonna kind of walk, and my shadow falls over you guys, and I look between the two of you. You gonna be all right, Kona?
Yeah. Kicks a bit harder than a donkey, but I'll be fine. More worried for this piece of shit.
Is this your first time taking one in vest?
Yes, unlike many countries, Finland is quite peaceful.
Ah, first time. Congratulations.
Thanks.
I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder as I walk past him, like, you're no longer virgin.
No penetration today, thankfully.
I'll pat you on the shoulder too, and kind of walk on by with Giroy, and I'll say in passing, well, those are big rounds that we were trading. That's very lucky.
Yeah, well, can cook into that. Take a swig of cognac.
We need to replace your plate as soon as we can, though. I'm sure it is compromised now, so keep that in mind.
Actually, yeah, does somebody want to grab his plate carrier, or you yourself even? Anybody want to grab it and check for dents, check for spalding?
Yeah, I'll check the plate.
Yeah, you unzip the bottom of your rig, and you pull the plate out, and sure enough, it's got a big fucking dent. Like a 3-inch dent in it. And the whole plate's entirely deformed, but I mean, you can flip it over and it'll still work for now.
Zone boys make do. I flip it around and stick it back up.
We'll get you a new plate.
How are you feeling, though?
Hurt? In pain?
All right, well, I want to keep an eye on that, and I want to make sure you're not internally bleeding there.
I'm sure it's gonna bruise really bad.
Oh, you're gonna feel that, that's for sure.
Don't think a rib's broken. I mean, doesn't feel like it.
Just I'll inspect the ribs. I think everything feels okay, but we'll still, let me know if you feel anything weird, if you start feeling queasy at all or dizzy.
As she's palpitating the ribs, is there any specific points or anything that really get you going?
There's actually, it's not, he has actually broken his ribs before, which is why he knows the feeling. So yeah, as she like palpitates around like that area. I mean, it hurts a lot.
All right. And but yeah, so everybody kind of regroups, and I'm gonna pass out fist bumps to all, and kind of double pat Stims and Rib on the shoulder as they regroup, and just kind of nice work.
Anybody got a rag? I gotta clean the gray matter off my boots.
I'll hand her the rag that I was cleaning the gray matter off of my face with. So
All right.
you could keep it. It's fine. I will. And I'm gonna walk over to one of the dead bandits, and I'm just gonna take my machete and just cut like a piece of cloth off him, like I have another one, and I'm just gonna stuff it in my pocket.
I'm gonna take the bandit leader's flat cap and ball it up in my fist, and just kind of wipe you down, wipe some of the blood off your chest rig and off of your nice cami blues, cause you got that fucking sexy hex camo. You got all the fucking multi-cam black gear. Like that's some good-looking gear. I didn't want it to stain.
Do we have
As
time
I'm
for
looking
looting?
over.
No, you
Sorry,
go.
go ahead.
You go.
As I'm looking over all of the corpses, that dude in kind of the center right with that black AK and the earmuffs. I'm gonna check out his AK and see what he's running. If it's an AK-103, I'm gonna take his mags and give him to Whisper.
It's a 107, but it is a 100 series. It's compatible mags. You are able to roll me a looting.
You got it. Let's see. That's a
Ooh,
natural motherfucking 20.
you get 8
Oh.
mags plus the 1 in the gun.
As I'm walking over, spaghetti falling out of my pockets, mags falling out of my arms, I give them to Whisper, saying, "I knew that this was going to be worth it."
I'm gonna take my Glock out, and I'm going to reload 5 rounds of 9mm into the mag that I spent turning that guy into human spaghetti.
Anybody else want to do some quick looting?
Yeah, anybody with a 74 or any of their AKs have attachments on them?
There is. You see the body with oops, wrong Discord. Uh, the guy that is kind of center right, the same one that Rib was talking about with the more modernized looking AK. Um, that is a 100 series. Then you have the guy to his left with a 74 series, and the group leader with the Chi-Com rig is a 74 series as well. But the best attachment is an EO, or the Russian version of the EOTech on that AK on the 100 series, and he's also got a well, you wouldn't be able to use it, but a foregrip on it. Do you want to swap the sight?
A-firm.
Oh wait, you've already got a hollow sight.
You've already got a. I've already got a hollow sight. Does anybody have a? I'll take some AK max though.
All right, go ahead and roll me a looting.
One.
Oof. Plus, what do you have in looting?
Uh. 6.
Oof. All right. You find 1 magazine.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. I'm gonna walk up to the guy that has the 100 series. And what condition is it in?
Go ahead and roll me perception. Actually, yeah,
Yeah,
roll me perception.
this is gonna go poorly. All right, let's see here. This tabletop, don't fail me now. You failed me now. It's a 7 plus a -2, so 5.
It looks pretty worn, and considering the quality of the fighters that these guys were, you kind of assume that this thing's beat to hell, and just kind of pass it over.
Yeah, they're bandits. Most of their shit's junk. All right, I'm gonna look over at Sawbone. It's like, sorry, nothing better than what you have.
That's all right. I'll try and stay out of the fire, anyways.
There is an FAL on the ground, though.
I wouldn't go with 5.56. It's not the easiest thing to source in the zone.
That
FAL's
foul was 762
Yeah.
by 5-1.
Oh, it is. Oh, I was thinking. I was
Isn't it
I was
308?
thinking of a. I was thinking of something else. You could go. That's a heavier weapon, though. Fouls are long, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely
long,
no
that's a heavy ass
CQB, but
weapon.
Unless it's a para.
I'd just stick with what you. And it's probably in garbage condition anyway. Like, it's still a bandit weapon. So.
Yeah, I'll trade one garbage for the other garbage, so I'll stick with this garbage for now.
alrighty.
We will find you something. Don't worry.
So everybody kind of regroups, and Whisper and Riot lead the column out again, and you guys finish walking to a couple rail cars that had been part of a train wreck. They're fairly sunken into the dirt. They're being used. You can see that there's um, wood barriers and whatnot around it. This looks like a camp, and it's probably where these bandits came from. Uh, as you guys are about 600 meters out, we'll say 600 meters, um, you guys have good eyes on this, and you guys are coming down a little bit of a ridge line and a slight turn in the tracks. Uh, what do you guys want to do? There's a camp right here.
I'm going to find some concealment and see if there's any movement in the camp before we move any further.
Uh, roll me perception for Oleg.
Oleg, don't fail me. Well, your perception's just as shit as mine, Oleg, but
Ooh.
yeah, that's terrible.
As you're looking for concealment, the only concealment you can find is a bush, and you get a stick to the eye.
Yeah, that's about right.
As Riot and Whisper, Riot raises his right fist, closed, which means kneel and freeze, like stop where you are, and makes a signal, flattening his hand and moving it like a wing, meaning lay down. And everybody kind of takes a kneel or finds something along the pike, the rail pike there, and some sort of a concealment or cover, trees, bushes, the rail embankment itself. Um, I'm gonna go through. Uh, with the previous initiative, if you guys are okay with that.
Yeah.
Um, before that, you hear over the radio, Oleg, I've got a camp, highly trafficked. I think this is where our previous guys came from. Should be lightly guarded then. Stand by. and he's going to be unavailable for this round, as he's going to displace get better eyes on this camp. Sawbone, what are you doing?
We just came upon the bandit hideout. Just find cover.
I'm just in the back. I'm trying to stay covered right now.
Alrighty, you you find some good cover, and you kind of prop your gun up along the the rail itself. You've got the weapon trapped down with your non-shooting hand down onto that rail. You're starting to lower your heart rate, you're breathing, and you're anticipating where your rounds are going to go. Um, there's a small tunnel. Uh, I'll bring that up on Rib's turn. Um, but yeah, you start to stabilize yourself, and you know where your sights are floating with the pattern of your breathing. Uh, that'll add another +2 to your roll, so adding in a total of +3. Aramin, what are you doing?
I am just kind of scouting the area out, I guess, using thermals to see what I can see.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and roll me a perception at a +7. Because even though it's
Sure.
daytime, you can see through cover.
14.
All right. Yeah, you can see that there's at least 5 to 8 guys inside that camp. And what do you want to do with that information?
I relay it up or down the line, just so people know.
I'll broadcast that over the radio once I hear it. Rib, over to you. You and Whisper, knowing the area, you guys kind of slide down the embankment a little bit, real slowly, not trying not to disturb too much gravel as you do, and you're looking. Right around here should be a tunnel. You know it. You can get right up on this camp if you want to. Roll me a perception. Actually, pathfinding.
You got it.
Alrighty.
Okay,
And even with
7.
that, it's fucking 40 something, almost 50.
Uh,
Um,
yeah, whatever 37 plus 7 is.
you
24.
guys signal to the rest of the group on the radio, hey, we got a tunnel here, follow me, stay quiet, stay low. And the group follows you into this little tunnel that goes directly underneath of the rail pike. And everybody's formed up with you. You got your shotgun ready. Here's a little picture. You guys emerge on the other side. And I'm going to turn to Garen and kind of click my radio twice to get everybody to stop. Raise up a hand as we're about to exit to get everybody's attention. Okay. Here's how we'll play it. We'll break into 2 teams so we can get these guys in a crossfire again. Actually, I'm going to point at Garen and say, Giroy, Whisper, Riot, you head off, and I'm going to point to the right side of the bandit camp. There is train car. Get up to that, and yes on the radio as soon as you're there. And as for everyone else, and I'm going to point to Kona and Stims, and just say, Stims, you're with me. Kona, make sure you keep that thermal ready. Keep scanning. We're going to hit the other train car. The metal one, the red one. And I'm going to point to the left side of the camp. Watch your crossfire. And I'm going to point to Sawbone. You've got a good position here. Lay down suppressive fire if anybody tries to escape. And then as soon as we take the camp, rally with us. You're on containment.
I got you.
And, yeah, so, everybody just roll me a d20. They're rolling at a +6 on that roll, too.
17 total for me.
Perfect.
25.
Ooh.
Uh, 9 plus 6, he said?
Mm-hmm.
9 plus 6, 14? Or 15? Yeah.
Alright, perfect. And, go ahead and roll me one for Bonesaw, too. What did you, okay. 19 for... Alright, and... Gonna roll one for myself.
8 plus...
Ooh.
So she had 14.
Alright, so Team 1. You guys... Weapons ready. You're advancing. And, you guys start moving towards the, bandit camp. And as you guys are moving, you guys get real close, like nuts to butts. The typical, you know, like you're in urban terrain almost. You guys are real close together. There's a call over the radio from Oleg. Wait, Team 1. And you just hear the crack of a round overhead, and you hear a body fall. You don't see who was shot, but somebody was shot and killed. So then Whisper, Riot, and Hero, you guys continue moving. And then you hear it again. Stand by. Crack. And a body hitting the ground. Okay, go. You guys finish out. You guys are sprinting right up to the kind of this opening in the train car. And as soon as you guys stack, there's a bandit right there, right fucking in front of you. Riot, boom, cha-cha, boom, Whisper, 3 rounds, followed by Hero, 3 rounds. This dude is shot to death. He curls up into a little fetal position. This dude is sprayed all over the train car. The camp is now awake. You hear Oleg over the radio. I'm engaging these guys, free to fire. And you guys occasionally just hear crack, crack. And each time following that crack in a suppressed rifle shot, you hear somebody falling. There's a picture of Team 1 breaching there over the shoulder of Riot with his shotgun. Whisper following that kill to the ground. And we got Hero with his hand on his shoulder. These guys are doing work. You guys gain control of that first train car, and you guys start trading fire with the bandits inside, getting 4 kills. Right as Team 2 comes around, you hear my voice, "Get ready for takedown!" And there it is. Stims crosses the firing line, guns a man down. You guys watch the rounds pour through him. And right behind her is our tech boy with that beautiful Gauss rifle, sending rounds through bandits, racking up 2 kills apiece. And we start pushing into that red train car, and a few more rounds are exchanged, and that's really about it. It's artfully done, sniper coverage, 2 entry points, crossfire, double enfiladed fire, and it's over. Just a few gunshots, real loud, real deadly, and that is you guys kind of form up in the camp. You guys check the bodies. As you guys go from bandit to bandit, specifically you note Hero and Kipchak, my character, we go up to each and we say checking, boom boom, 1 round to the chest, 1 round to the head, every single one. And that kind of stands out to you, like, why? You've never seen anybody really do that before. But again, you guys, you don't know but you have a feeling that these guys, Kipchak and Hero, have a very specific background. Yeah, so you guys have this camp liberated. What you gonna do?
I'm gonna. So there's like a fire pit at this camp, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Is there a fire going currently?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pick up any sort of kindling or whatever that I see on the ground, toss it into the fire, and sit down.
Alright.
I'm going to sit down right next, well, not right next to him, but also at the fire, not far. And I am going to take out my MRE and eat some of my MRE.
As you're waiting for your MRE to heat up on the fire, you made a song for us.
I don't have my guitar hooked up right now.
All right.
And technically, I don't have a guitar with me, so I have to
Oh
find
yeah,
one
that's
along
right.
the
That's
way.
right. All right. Give me just 1 second. So yeah.
But I do have one, so it shall happen soon.
You guys see me kind of looting through the bandits, and in one of the other ramshackle makeshift buildings, I pull out a balalaika and start playing this, and it's myself and Hero singing an older song. As this is going on, all of you guys, you know, the carnage amongst us.
Я не спал 5 лет, и у меня под глазами мешки. Я сам не видел, но мне так сказали. Я солдат, и у меня нет башки. Мне отбили ее сапогами. Йо-йо-йо, комбат орёт, разорванный рот у комбата.
What y'all doing?
Потому что граната белая красная вода не летит.
Just so that way I'm like getting all my P's and Q's straight. The battalion commander is currently with us, or he's still waiting all the way back?
Yep, he's waiting for the all-clear.
Okay. I'm gonna send a message to him on the PDA. All clear, found and cleared a camp. Here, you know, send him the coordinates to that. Make your way over.
Go ahead and throw that in the chat, and go ahead and make up some random coordinates. And yeah, he reads that, and he's on his way with those boys. But it's gonna be about an hour before they get there. You guys just have some downtime to hang out at the campfire. Me and Hero singing this song. You guys got, you know, everybody's located around this camp or inside the camp. Continue RP.
I'm gonna loot the camp for alcohol.
I'm gonna light up a joint.
Armin, you collect all of the data. Go ahead and write this down in chat as well. You collect all of the PDAs. Or not all of the PDAs, that'd be cumbersome. You're better than that. You collect all of the data off of the PDAs onto, like, your laptop. Throw that shit on a thumb drive. And you start strumming through that. There's nothing really of interest. It's just a bunch of shit talking. It looks like an Xbox 360 chat from, like, 2012.
I'm a soldier, I'm a soldier, я солдат, недоношенный ребенок войны. Я солдат, мама залейте моя раны. Я солдат, солдат.
What time of day is it?
It's getting about 2:30 p.m.
Gotcha.
Sarah, you just having a good old smoke?
Yeah, I'm smoking a joint and kind of reminiscing on previous events that we just experienced.
As the song comes to an end, I've just the adrenaline is wearing off, and so just kind of a dead look kind of comes over Garen and I, and maybe even Stims. Stims is also a vet. I keep forgetting about that. And but yeah, what are you doing, Stims? What you haven't really put anything in.
I'm gonna start searching bandits for watches.
All right, roll me a looting. Oh, I know what you're gonna do, you dirty fuck.
8.
I love it.
8 plus 6, 14.
Oh, all right. You managed to find yourself a watch, and yeah, you pocket that shit. You're gonna. I know exactly what you're gonna do with that. You're gonna take off the fucking the wristband and pull out the battery. Make sure the connectors are still good, and pull out the little winder boy, and you're gonna use it as a like a timer for an explosive, aren't you?
Yep.
Figured. So yeah, you start the prep work on that and get kind of a wire trail to poke out of it, just messing around with it for a little while. Yeah, so you manufacture that. Do you want to come over to the campfire?
Yep.
All right, so we got everybody here. The Batco and all of those roughneck boys come out, and although there is a siren, you know it's at Yantar itself.
I was about to say, usually that's not a good thing. So we about to be finding one of those train cars.
Oh, that's not going to protect you. Not against any mission. Your brain is going to be mush. But yeah, so is there any concern about that siren and noise?
A little bit.
I'm looking to the stalkers for reaction.
They're totally unfazed. They know it's routine.
I am gonna be staring off in the distance of Yantor, though.
Hey, you want to hand me some of that cognac? Is there any left?
A little bit left. That's for you.
Thank you.
I'm seeing that bottle get passed around. I also have the Vex of alcoholic.
You want some?
I won't say no, and I'll grab it and take a swig. And finally, the three guys from the three guys in our Batco all. Oh, Stims, put down in the chat the stalker that you got a watch and you have crafted a timer detonation device. About 3:15 p.m., you guys hear heavy footsteps just outside the camp, and it's Oleg and the battalion commander and the two dudes that were gonna go check out the scientist in the zone, or in the Yantar region, I mean. And everybody's just around the campfire, looking like so. And go ahead and continue RP.
My MRE's warmed up. I'm gonna eat that. I'm just gonna kind of Zone out and eat my MRE.
Haha, zone.
Exactly.
I
Big
know
zone.
that place.
I've been there before.
I'm gonna look to the battalion commander. You had no issue getting here?
He kind of shakes his head. He pulls off his helmet just to kind of wipe some sweat away real quick, and then puts his helmet back on. No, no, and he's kind of muffled by his mask. He's got a cumbersome mask, much, much worse than what we've got on. Our state-of-the-art good shit. But he's like, yeah, we just followed the rail pike here. We saw a bunch of fucking bodies and figured that was the trail to continue to follow, and we found it.
And give him a nod. Wise. If you need a minute to rest, then do so now. Afterwards, we start moving again.
They those three guys are gonna kind of take a nice little meal, and yeah, everybody's just kind of knelt or standing around the campfire, smoking, drinking, eating, and getting our stuff back up.
Look over to Hero and Kipchek. I saw what you did earlier. Where are you from?
I am from Russia. I mean, what do you mean, where am I from? I need more detail than that.
I'm gonna kind of side eyes him and shift my position, betraying a little nervousness.
I don't see people shooting dead men often, if at all. You have experience. And since we're all on the same team, I'd like to know how much experience you've had.
Well, that depends on where you consider experience. You want my zone experience? You want my life experience? You want my experience in the military? Which experience are you asking about?
I know you have no experience in the zone, otherwise you wouldn't have needed to hire Whisper and myself. I want to know where you were deployed.
I have some experience in zone. I have not. This is not my first moment in zone. I've been here for a while. But I am former military. Where are you from? Are you originally? Are you from Russia? Where? I mean, what is your origin?
Here. I'm no
You are
foreigner like the rest of you.
you are born in zone. You are born in Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Just, okay, well, if you were from Russia, you might have heard of me. Okay, I don't like to talk about it because I didn't wish for this existence, but there's a reason why they call me hero. Okay, it is not name I chose for myself. Okay. I am former military. I was Spetsnaz. Okay, I did things that I was ordered to do in Syria. I got award. It's pretty simple.
Look over to Kipchek. And you?
I'm gonna raise my neck up, like looking up at the sky, and I've always had a shamag, a black shamag. I pull the shamag off of my neck and pull my BDU down just a little bit, and you can see the points of the Kremlin mafia tattoos. And I'm just gonna shrug. Nothing nearly as badass as him. I did serve in the Civil War for a bit under Givi and Sparta Battalion, but that is all volunteer.
Understood.
Trust me, we are not here because we are on some secret mission, okay? We are simply here because I am bored with life. Okay? When you spend enough time doing special shit, normal life is pretty fucking boring.
I'm,
Makes sense?
I'm gonna nod with him. I, I've escaped prison more times than I can count. Eventually, I had to leave Russia. That is why I came to Ukraine. And then, I had to leave the forces of the DPR because life has a habit of following you around. Now I am here where no one can find me.
You
And
have to understand that men like us, we don't enjoy being paraded around and made to be peacocks for civilians to fawn over. Okay? What we did, we were ordered to do. It was not. Well, I won't say that all of it wasn't fun, but it was a job. I just happened to be better at it than most other people.
I'll
Remember at the end of the day that you are still your own man, who can make his own decisions, of his own mind, and his own free will. But I'm looking over to Kipchak. I'll tell you a story. Would you like to know why they call me Riot?
Yeah.
Or have you heard? Growing up, I'm from Sebastopol. The children, the locals, adults, they did not like my family. Reason being is that I am not full-blooded Ukrainian. My mother is from Georgia, one of the bigger cities, the capital, Tbilisi. But they did not see me as one of them, despite the fact my father is serving in the army. Constantly being harassed, my mother and myself specifically. I was in prison since I was a teenager. I still remember what my mother told me when she gave me that .22 pistol. You will no longer be afraid. I used that to attempt a murder, but let it be known that it would have been just. These people constantly harassing my family, my mother, my father, myself. They were given the same punishment as myself, seen as foreigners, they labeled my mother a terrorist. They labeled my father an enemy of the state, and myself as some sort of terrorist as well, all because we're different. I spent enough time in jail. I made connections. And I was able to get out. The once was all I needed. If you ever need someone to start a riot, I am the one. I'm here in the zone for the reason of finding artifacts, things to take out to free my family and get out of this country. I understand that all of you are here for your own reasons. You all have your own demons that haunt you. Know that I am no different.
I'm gonna lean in and offer my joint to him.
I politely kind of wave it off. I need to be of sound mind when I am on the job.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
I
reach it.
understand.
I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna grab the joint when he when he declines it. I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna hand it back to her.
You partake, huh?
Can I hit that?
Yeah, it's enough for everybody around here.
Sound to mine isn't that important to me.
Yeah.
Puff pass, as the Americans say.
Trust me, if I don't smoke, I won't have a sound mind. You want me to.
I'm gonna kind of nod my chin over to Kona. Well, since we're all sharing stories, what about you? And I'm gonna pick up the guitar again and start strumming as...
Nothing so exciting as jail or breaking out or Finnish military, doing my time, being good for my country. In your language, my epithet, Kripikona, means turtle. It was a name I was given because my commanding officer barely found me outside of the mechanic shop. So they called that my shell. I've grown up hearing, I've grown up hearing tales of the zone. This was my opportunity. Yeah.
So you are good with technology, correct?
For the most part, yes.
Good. You are very
Though
good
anything
with
past 1980s, it gets weird. The 70s, everyone has their own unique parts for every film. It's a mess.
And I'm gonna point to the ladies. What about you guys? Rare to see women in the zone.
Well, I come from a really small town in England, and I was in medical school. I didn't necessarily get kicked out. I left on my own accord, but we'll just say we were mutually happy for the departure of myself. I am in the zone because I am interested in exploratory surgeries. I want to learn about all the weird, creepy stuff in the zone. I want to cut it open. I want to study it. I want to know every single thing about its core.
You scare me.
I'm gonna say, I'm surprised you're not wearing red instead of blue.
Trust me, there's plenty of time to have red on me.
And I'm gonna point towards Clacker. I've heard about you, but know relatively nothing.
What do you want to know?
Well, we seem to be in the business of story sharing. What's your background?
Born in Washington, enlisted in the U.S. Army, straight out of high school. Got selected as a combat engineer. They made me explosive ordnance disposal and put me on route clearance.
That's a dangerous job.
Well, if it goes off, it ain't my problem anymore.
Nothing might
Way
be
of
your
looking at
problem anymore.
Exactly. Things get a whole lot simpler when it goes off.
Well, that's for sure. I've seen what happens when they go off. I've had friends go off. So, yeah.
Good thing I'm good, though.
Well, if you've been doing it this long, you must be good because the lifespan on engineer is pretty short.
So what's the story behind the nickname then?
Had a remote explosive set to low. The trigger wasn't working, so I had to take apart the whole assembly and connect the wires manually.
Fair enough. What about you, Whisper?
I thought you'd been wanting to roleplay Whisper.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, at that, the everybody kind of goes and stories go around and continue to go around. The day burns into night, and everybody kind of hardens down the campsite, and we stay there for the night, and that ends chapter 3.
Hell yeah.
What do you guys think?
Heck yeah.
It's a good one. I had fun.
Fun.
Oh shit, I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh. Ring-a-ding-ding.
They are reaching out to S.T.A.L.K.E.R ascended one too.
Ring-a-ding-ding, baby.
Hell yeah. Boys and girls. That was fucking great. Also, welcome in a new member to the fold. Coming straight out of the 41st, we got Stims. We got a welcome to the clan thread going on in the main Discord in the lobby. If you want to throw something in there. But, yeah. Stims has joined the fold.
Welcome.
Welcome.
If we say fucked up things, it's okay. We're fucked up people.
So
It's kind of like my fair warning to everybody new. It's like you're probably you will be disappointed in most of us. It's okay.
That's the best part. She fits in perfectly. But anyways, what's everybody's next week look like? I want to make sure everybody's here because this will be another really narrative heavy and pretty much send us on our way for the ending of the wrap up of phase 1 of this campaign.